Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. The transfer portal is absolute chaos right now. Words of agents driving this market. I can get you more money. Go in for the bag. We're seeing it all over the country, and we had a great conversation about the transfer portal last night during the fan call-in show. Kind of two sides to this thing. Some people are in panic mode. Some people are chill. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about here. Look, Tennessee's lost 9 guys to the transfer portal, and, 4 of those guys are in the wide receiver room, knowing that you're also losing Brew McCoy, knowing that you're also losing Dante Thornton. That's 6 guys gone from that room heading into the 2025 season. You know you're going to have to go to the portal and get a wide receiver. It's just that's the reality of the circumstances here. But I think Tennessee's going to be just fine. I think you got to trust Josh Heupel. I think his track record speaks for itself, his ability to go into the portal and cherry pick. And look, we've seen Josh Heupel do this before. The portal opens, the chaos ensues. He works behind the scenes. You don't hear a lot about what's going on, even from the insiders, the experts. You don't hear a whole lot of movement, so much so that we had a visitor in town over the weekend that none of us even knew about until the update came out from VolQuest. The update came out from 247 Sports. We're going to get into that in just a second. But I think if you're in panic mode, if you're freaking out about losing 9 guys to the portal and not adding anybody a week later, I think it could be a lot worse. Let's look around the country. Braylon Russell, a running back at Arkansas that Tennessee was heavily in the mix for coming out of high school. We've seen rumors that he's looking for the bag, maybe $500,000 to $1 million. Allegedly, again, those are just numbers that are floating around the internet. You see here, On3 puts out the tweet. News, Arkansas true freshman running back Braylon Russell has announced his plans to re-enter the NCAA transfer portal. Russell originally entered on Tuesday and withdrew later that day, but now plans to go back. Now, when we saw that happen, he entered the portal on Tuesday. He dropped right back out within a matter of hours. We know what he's doing. He's shopping for money. He's looking for money. We thought Arkansas gave him what he wanted. Now here he is back into the portal. And again, is this an agent that's pulling the strings? Is this a puppet master that's involved trying to not only get more money for Braylon Russell, but also more money for themselves? But again, it could always be worse. Let's go look at Penn State. I saw this pop up on Twitter as well. Bo Pribula has announced his intentions to enter the transfer portal, backup quarterback at Penn State. They're going into the college football playoff. They're playing this weekend. You got everything to play for, and you may be saying, well, Boogie, he's the backup quarterback. Is it really that big of a deal? Yeah, he is the backup quarterback, but Penn State plays both quarterbacks. This is a guy that's played in every game this season. He's a guy that came in against Wisconsin. Drew Aller went down hurt in the first half. Bo Pribula comes in, leads Penn State from a come-behind win. They were down 10-7 at the half. They win that game 28-13. He was 11 of 13 with 98 yards and a touchdown. You look at his numbers on the season, 26 of 35, 275 yards passing. Got 5 passing touchdowns, but he also runs the football, 38 carries, 242 yards on the ground. So this is a guy that's got everything to play for. Not only does he have everything to play for, he's going to be involved. It's not like, we look at Caleb Webb or we look at Nathan Laycock or we look at Nate Spillman. We've talked about the 4 wide receivers at Tennessee that entered the portal. If we were going on the road for a road game, they're not even going to be traveling with the team. I don't think they're going to impact the college football playoff. Now, you could argue about depth. You could argue about, Jalen Smith maybe or Jordan Matthews would probably get some playing time in that college football playoff. But you're talking about a guy that's definitely going to get an opportunity. And if you read his statement here going into the portal, midway through it says the current NCAA postseason model creates a challenge for student athletes. The overlapping college football playoff and transfer portal timeline has forced me into an impossible decision. Now, I've seen a lot of people over on the general's quarters over at VolQuest, kind of arguing about this thing. It's not an impossible decision. You stick with your teammates. You finish the job. I tend to agree with that, but I do also agree that the NCAA, they put these kids in an impossible situation. We talked a lot about this last night as well. Why does he have to go into the portal now? Well, because you got 5 days. If Penn State goes and wins the national championship, spring semester has already started. Doesn't matter if you got 5 days or not. You want to get to your next destination in order to go through spring camp, compete for a starting job, so you have to enroll in spring classes. This window is broken, and that is what Bo Pribula is talking about here with an impossible decision, impossible scenario. So it could always be worse when we're talking about Tennessee and the transfer portal. We got an update. We had a visitor in town. Again, nobody knew he was even in town. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, but I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Just below the video, right down there, just hit that thumbs up. Quick, free, and easy, and it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be any of that. What we are is fans. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're going to be live tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be playing EA Sports College Football, but we will talk all things college football. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Talkin VAWLS Live. We're going to break down this Ohio State game. Friday morning, the morning show returns 10 a.m. It's going to be Boogie and the coaches. We're moving Coach Rice over to the Friday morning show. I think I'm going to have them do the film breakdown. So they're going to talk about what Ohio State brings to the table on offense, on defense, and then also some keys to the game. We'll give our predictions, all that good stuff. But let's talk about the transfer portal. What we know right now. Where are we at right now? We know the interior offensive lineman from Northwestern, Josh Thompson, 6'5", 301, is expected to visit this upcoming week. James Thompson, the defensive lineman out of Wisconsin, 6'5", 295-pound senior, was supposed to be visiting either late this weekend or into the early week. I've not seen any updates provided. And again, it goes back to all the chaos all these other teams are dealing with. You see it all over social media. Josh Heupel works quietly behind the scenes. So we're not even seeing that this stuff is going down. JBR Suggs, defensive lineman from LSU, was supposed to be in town yesterday. No updates, nothing coming out. The other guy we've been talking about is Wendell Moe Jr., interior offensive lineman. This article is over at volquest.com. It's not behind a paywall, so I've got no problem sharing it with you guys and kind of talking about it here. Again, 6'2", 339-pound interior offensive lineman, a redshirt sophomore, started 11 games at left guard for Arizona this past season, got 2 years of eligibility left. All we heard about Wendell Moe Jr. was that he was having good dialogue with the staff, good conversations with the staff, and he was expected to be taking a visit. But we never got confirmation that that visit was taking place until this article pops up on Twitter. There's also an article from GoVols 247. They're recapping the visit as well. Didn't even know Wendell Moe was here, but now he is reacting to the visit with Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Says here, Tennessee hosted Arizona offensive line transfer Wendell Moe on Sunday, left campus on Monday morning, and recapped it all with VolQuest. Here's quotes. This is what I want to go through is the quotes from Wendell Moe. It says, great facility, great coaching staff, great players. Got to meet the offensive line on Sunday. That was enjoyable. Just overall a great experience. It says here he's coming fresh off the visit from Auburn, but what did he find on his trip to Knoxville? Said, I got to meet Coach Ellerby and make that connection. Really appreciate his coaching style and the way he was talking and just overall environment. How everyone just enjoys playing football and being around each other is great to see. You know, we've heard those conversations before, that the offensive line, how close they are with Glenn Ellerby, how they're always hanging out at his house playing video games, taking naps, eating. Like they are one. This offensive line unit seems to be tight-knit and one big family on the offensive line. Something else, you know, Moe played left guard, started 11 games at left guard for Arizona. Andrej Karic is seeking that extra year of eligibility, so I wonder if they would move Moe to right guard. But again, we talk about that offensive line. You got Lance Hurd coming back. If Andrej Karic gets that extra year of eligibility, William Satterwhite beat out Bison Lang. Thus, we see Bison Lang off to the portal. So you slide William Satterwhite in there at senior, Big Moe at right guard, and then is David Sanders ready to go as a true freshman at right tackle. Says here he's from the same neck of the woods as Nico Iamaleava, but they didn't personally know each other. Said he's just a great guy, fun to be around, a great football player, but a great person too. I'd only seen him around, but I didn't get to know him like that. To be able to hang out with him was pretty cool. So where do we go from here? Moe says, I really don't know. I'll have to talk to my agent about that. But wherever I do go, I just hope it turns out good. So again, the word agent keeps popping up. Agent driven when we're talking about David Sanders taking that final trip. We talk about money and you know, whatever side of this thing you guys are on, that money is ruining college football. Is it? I mean, we just saw the best season of college football we've seen in a long time. You know, anybody could beat anybody, particularly in the SEC. It was a lot of fun. The expansion of this 12-team playoff has made college football a lot of fun this past season. So is money ruin it? Maybe behind the scenes, but I don't think we're seeing it ruin it in front of our face on TV on Saturday afternoons. But agent driven, again, an opportunity for me to make money off of you. That's what we're seeing here. So he's going to talk to his agent. I know he's taking the trip to Auburn. I know I saw he's got an offer from Miami on the table as well. Says here talking about Auburn and Tennessee. They're both great programs, and I have a lot to offer. But for me, it's where do I fit? I really just have to talk to my family about that and go over everything. Everybody has to compete for their spot. Feel like I'd have a good shot if I do come here. Another quote, I'm still several days away from that as far as making a decision, but I want to make my decision this week with the process starting out pretty fast. Probably go on one more visit, talk to my family about everything to see where we want to go. VolQuest article goes on to say the visit will likely be to Washington, where his old coach, Jed Fish, resides over the Huskies. So is that where he ends up? Does he take one more trip to Washington? I think he would be a good addition to this offensive line. But again, seems to me like there's chaos in the transfer portal world, but Josh Heupel is quietly moving behind the scenes. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. It's greatly appreciated. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. The link to that is in the description. And also shout out to the members of the channel. If you don't have a Power T beside your name, fix that. Hit that join button. It's just $1 a month. It keeps the lights on around here. And we are grateful for everybody that supports this channel because this doesn't exist without you guys. But that is going to do it for this one. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.